Hello, world history students. It is I, Mrs. Fecto, and I'm here to walk you through how to use some of the resources that you can find here at the BHS Library and beyond. So first off, we're going to need to get to the BHS Library website. So you're going to go to School Resources, Library, blammo. Now here's the thing. You can also just Google Beverly High School Library and it'll come up, but this is where you want to end up. So we're going to look at three different types of resources. We're going to look at books, at ebooks, and at databases. And we're going to do a little bit more in depth than we've done some of the similar things that you learned freshman and sophomore year. But if you didn't remember them or if you were absent that day, this will be a refresher. Feel free to use the toggle button to either slow down or speed up my speaking so that you can get to the part that you need. So we're going to start with books here in the BHS library. To get to the library catalog, you click on this, and then you put in whatever you're looking for. So let's say we're looking for Gorbachev. Did I spell that properly? You have to spell it. Oh, I did. You have to spell things properly in this. If you don't find anything, it might be that it's misspelled, just FYI. All right. So these are the books that are here. When you are doing research, you're going to want to have a Google Doc open in one of your little tabs. And anytime you come across a book that you think might be useful to you, you're going to do this. So you're clicking on it to make sure that you can get it. And it says, yes, Beverly High School available. Great. So you're going to copy and paste this information because it's going to give you the information about the book that you're going to need for your bibliographic, for your bibliography or works cited. But it's also going to give you some information that might help you when you're doing your annotated bibliography. So it's good bang for your buck there. All right, to find the book, it's 327.2 AND. You're going to go on the ends of the bookcases in the library. There are numbers. You're going to find the two numbers between which 327.12 is located. You're going to go, and then the books are in order by number. And then when you get to 327.12, they're going to be alphabetical by the author's last name, AND. So when you're looking for this, you're going to find this. All right. So say that you get this book. Now I know that you know about the table of contents. That tells you that's up front. It tells you how the book is organized. It can give you a good way of sort of finding the information you need. Also, don't forget the index. The index is great. It's where the specific pages for each topic are going to be located. So say you find this book, you love this book, you want to take it home. You need to check it out. This clipboard resides in the wooden box by where I sit, right in the front of the library. You're going to take this out. You're going to put your first name, your last name, your grade, the title of the book, in this case, KGB, The Inside Story. You'll write that, and then it's going to ask you, it's going to say the 6 or 13-digit barcode on the inside back cover. You really only need the last 6 numbers. See, like this one has, I don't know if it's 13 or 14, but there's a bunch of them, and you only need the last 6. You're going to write that in. These numbers and your name have to be super legible because I have to enter this into the database. If you don't want people knowing the title, you don't want to feel like putting it on the clipboard, that's your call, but I need that number to make sense. All right. Also, you are in 11th grade, and so you are perfectly within your rights to go to the college libraries, Endicott, Gordon, Montserrat, and Salem State. If you have a Beverly Public Library library card, you can use all their resources and their databases. And it's also just a really good way to see what a college library looks like. So I would urge you, depending on your topic and your transportation options, I'd urge you to go to to one of the college libraries, and definitely at least the public library. All right, so we've looked at books. Now we're going to look at the databases, and we're not going to look that hard because you did these freshman and sophomore year. If you are a transfer student and you've never been in here before, come find me, I'll help you out. So you don't use this search bar. This is a garbage search bar. It searches, like, it kind of tells you which database you need. It's not very precise. What you want to do is find a specific database that's going to work for you. So if you're looking for stuff about, say, Gorbachev, you can go in biography, but there's communication and mass media. If you're looking at how communication has impacted world history, we've got environmental studies and policy. If you're looking at Chernobyl, that had a huge environmental impact, environmental studies here. Economics and theory. There were a couple more that were really opposing viewpoints, military and intelligence, pop culture study, religion and philosophy, war and terrorism, of course, world history. You know about that one, but there was one more. It was like global issues. That's a really good one. And I'm just going to show this. If you haven't picked your topic yet, the Gale databases do have a really fun tool that you can either browse issues. So say that you want to do something about, climate change, and you click on this and it gives you all of these different things: global plastic waste, China carbon dioxide emissions, coral reefs. So you can browse that way. You can also go down here to this topic finder. You can click on that and then you put in a topic, and let's say here, we're just going with Gorbachev, because I survived the Cold War. All right, so we wait for this to torque up and it's going to happen. And it's really cool because what it does is it gives you like Gorbachev, but then you click on this and it brings you to different things. John, what's John doing here? But it allows you to either use tiles or the wheel to visualize what you're looking at. Okay. And it's just a way of sort of helping you decide, what you might be interested in researching. All right, so that's that database, and we're going to look at some other ones in a minute. But I want to just take you to the reference ebooks really quick because I do have some really good world history ebooks. I will not be roaring on this occasion. Remember that you are a Beverly Panther. I usually, for the younger kids, I give them a little treat, but you're old. You don't need to see an old lady pretend to be a panther. All right, so once you get in here, you're going to go to the history section, theoretically, although there's some stuff on climatology and sustainability here. You're going to scroll down. Actually, right up top, they have some free things that, well, they're not free. I mean, they cost the people at Salem Press to make them. But stuff on Israel and Palestine, Ukraine and Russia, civil disobedience, pandemics. These are all things that are like currently in the news that they have some really good resources on. But what I'm going to show you down here is defining documents in world history, because this is a way that you can use a primary resource, but kind of with, I don't want to say training wheels, like the bumpers. When you play, when you go bowling and you put the bumpers up and you just knock things down every time. So these are world history documents. So let's say we're looking at revolutions. And oh no, let's look at espionage. Oh, this is an American history book. Never mind. Okay, no, we're looking at revolutions. Sorry. I overshot. I flew too close to the sun. All right. Yeah, revolution's good. Okay, so let's say that you want something that is not American specific. So there are, let's see, the Haitian Declaration of Independence. Let's look at that. So you click on that. And then now it says Anna Aceletto wrote this. She did not write the Haitian Declaration of Independence. She wrote the commentary that you're going to look at. This was written by Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Commander-in-Chief, Louis Boissard-Tonnerre, Secretary to the Commander-in-Chief. So these are some Haitian, people. January 1st, 1804, that's when it happened. So what this is doing, what defining documents does, is it takes a document, a primary source, and it looks at it in the context of when it happened, who wrote it, why it was important. So it gives you an overview of what's going on at the time. Then the defining moment. Why was this such, why was it important that it happened when it did? Ooh, they don't always have this. This is really nice. This is an actual visual depiction of it. It was delivered as a speech, blardy blar. Who wrote it? It tells you about them. And then here we go. Very, very handily translated from the French, it says, "It is not enough to have expelled the barbarians who have bloodied our land, et cetera, et cetera." And this tells you, I know nothing about the Haitian Revolution, but this will tell you. Then we go down here and it gives you words that you might not know. And then it analyzes the document. So it tells you what's happening. It gives you the essential themes, and it gives you a bibliography and additional reading. One of the really great things that you can do when you're doing research is looking at bibliographies. That's a great way to sort of scavenge other people's resources to find something. And I'm constantly trying to bulk up the world history collection here at the high school because it used to be for ninth graders. So a lot of the stuff kind of skews young, and I'd like something more for, older students who are ready to look at a more complex text. So if it's just for example for this, The Impact of the Haitian Revolution in the Atlantic World, this book, if this is something that you think that you might be interested in, come and see me and say, hey, can you get a copy of this book? I probably can, either from the public library or I can purchase one because I do have some money to purchase books if you think it's going to work for you. I'm not showing you anything about Wikipedia this time around because you're beyond that. You're in 11th grade. But I will say that it is a good place to look at if you've got a topic and you're just looking for resources. The works cited or bibliography on those pages is a good place to go to get viable resources. All right, those are the ebooks. And the last thing that I'm going to show you is in local resources. It's the Boston Public Library. They have some really great databases. However, you're going to need a library card to get in. However, the Boston Public Library is so awesome that they have a tag right down here to get an e-card. So you click on this and you click on register for an e-card, and you don't have to be a resident of Boston to do this. You just have to be in Massachusetts. So as long as your primary residence is here, so just fill out the info, use your email address, your school email, because that's they're going to shoot you you're going to need a PIN number to get in, and they're going to send that right back to you. So put that in, and then you'll put in your, oh, gosh, you might not even have to wait for them to send it back to you. Nonetheless, unclick that unless you're a library nerd because you don't want to get all their emails. And then submit it, and you've got a library card. Then you're going to go back. Bloop, dee doop. You're going to go up here to History and Political Science for World History, although you can use these databases for whatever you like, and they've got a bunch of them. A lot of these are specific to American history because it's Boston, but the one that I'm going to show you, and this is one that you'll definitely use in college should you attend, is JSTOR. It's a really, so you need to put in your library card and your PIN number, and then you log in. And it's just a really robust database. It's got so much stuff in it. So you go in and you put in your search term, and let's do Chernobyl this time. Chernobyl. I think I spelled that right. I did. All right. So once you get here, you don't get to know about my cookie preferences. All right. So once you get in here, 12,000 responses is a lot, but you can narrow within the results. So say that you just want to look, well, if you type in Ukraine, everything's going to come up, but say that you just wanted the, Russian response. You can put in Russian and it's, oh, hey, got rid of 2/3 of them there. Okay, so once you're in here, then failure of emergency management at Chernobyl now looks good. So you click on that. Most of the stuff is full text. Not everything is. So so this is full text, that's great. But if you find an article that you want to read, but you don't, it's only giving you like an annotation, come find me because I have access to other secret library things that I can't really by law tell you about, but I can probably get it for you. And I'm happy to help. So when you get here, I would urge you when you're using JSTOR to download the articles, even if you're like, no, I'm not sure, just download it so you have it, put it in a folder, and then when you're done, if you don't use it, you can just, trash it. But this way, JSTOR is not always available because they only have it's very expensive and they only have a certain number of licenses. So if you get stuck not being able to get in, you're going to need to have your resources with you. So I would urge you to download everything from there. All right. I believe that is all I have to tell you about research, other than I too am a resource. So if don't come in and say, hey, you got any books about Gorbachev? Because you know the steps to go and look. But once you get to that point where you've, gone through the search process and you can't locate something, come see me because I love research in a way that is really rather embarrassing. But hey, it's why I'm a librarian. It's what we do. All right. Good luck with your research papers and let me know if you need any help. Bye.